It's wet and windy for Wigan and Warrington. I'm George Riley. This is Touchline. Hello again, welcome to Super League Touchline from Wigan this week as the Warriors bid to wound the Wolves. All the preparation, the build-up and comment from both camps on the way. Plus, there's this lot. Steph Elmore goes for lunch with two of London's brightest stars. I'll be joined by the Wigan and England superstar, Sam Tomkins. With the top 5 tries from the opening week of Super League, and all the build-up to Friday's game here at the DW. Now, London may have been beaten by Widnes on the opening weekend of Super League, but the emergence of the likes of Dan Sargentson and Kieran Dixon, plus Tony Ray coming back, and a strong finish to last season means there are signs for optimism. Steph Elmore went down to London for some food and to gauge the mood.
I'm very well, how are you?
Lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you. Right. Thank you for joining me for lunch. Take a seat. It was an amazing year though for London and sport last year with the Olympics. What was it like being down here and as sportsman as well? It must have felt exciting.
Yeah, it was pretty much during our season, so we couldn't really get along to any of the stadiums or like into the arenas, but the odd weekend we went down to Hyde Park and the atmosphere was unreal.
Has the success of the Brits in the Olympics given you an extra buzz to start the new season?
Yeah, it's really good to have it in London, obviously. As Tony Ray keeps saying, we've got the potential to be one of the biggest clubs in the world, obviously being in the capital city. So yeah, it's really good to have had that and yeah, to push on our season in London, yeah.
How healthily do you eat, Dan?
Yeah, our diet's pretty spick and span. We obviously cut all the rubbish out and just we eat pretty lean, yeah.
Yeah, the mayonnaise, the crisps. Well done.
Cheat day.
You have a cheat day though, don't you?
Yeah, we have a cheat day after a game just to kind of put our mind at ease. We're thinking about it all week, so yeah, it's good to have a day where you can just eat what you want.
What do you eat on a cheat day?
Oh, it depends what you're in the mood for. Like, I went for a pizza. I had a pizza last night.
Oh, push the boat out, Kieran.
I know, you can have that, but I've been craving a pizza, so that's what I went and got.
What about you?
Usually just on the way back from games, like it's an away game, we just stop off, have a KFC or something, just to get it out of the way, and then we're back to eating right when we get home and the next day.
There's that chicken again, protein.
Yeah.
Even on a cheat day. Big year for rugby league this year with the World Cup. Do you have World Cup aspirations?
Yeah, I'm hoping I can play another good season this year and hopefully get my name onto the training squad for the World Cup. And if I got that in my second season of at the top level, that would be just ridiculous. That's the only way I can use to describe it. Really is I wouldn't want to believe it.
Obviously, playing nights at the end of last season give us like a real insight into kind of international rugby. The two games we had, we didn't really have that much competition, but just the players around us and that, it just made me realise kind of I want to stay in the setup and yeah, push for the World Cup next year. It'd be amazing.
What about the future though? Would you ever consider moving up north, joining one of the teams up there?
I don't know. It's obviously I want to play for London as long as I can, but I don't know, wherever rugby takes me, I'll have to go. You know what I mean? You got to take your opportunities, and yeah, you take your opportunities.
We've got good views of hills, not maybe like this, but we've got hills and cobbled streets. What about you, Dan?
It'd be a shame after all these years, kind of now so many of us London players have established ourselves, like Michael Channing and Will Lovell, like we've all come through playing together. It'd just be a shame if people did start going up north because they weren't happy and stuff. So if we have a good season, I can see us all staying and building a real strong team for years to come. There's nothing better than winning and playing rugby with each other.
Ah, you're good mates though, aren't you? Oh, group hug. I can't believe this is your first time in London. He said, don't say that on camera.
I brought it straight
You
up.
did it.
I heard you say it. I heard you go, don't bring it up. I brought it straight up.
Why? You're going to come back?
Yeah, I want to take a walk around, go to Piccadilly Circus, the big screens are there, and stuff like that, and just want to walk around the whole place. Like I said, I've never been here before, and it's a bit silly really. It's on my doorstep. I think that's one of the reasons I haven't done it. It's just one of the things that's there, so it's always going to be there. So I don't need to do it in a rush.
You can go and see the Queen.
I go see the Queen's house.
Yeah. Go and have tea with the Queen.
Tea with the Queen.
Not as good as tea with me though, is it?
Nah.
There you go. Thank you.
Now you know you're missing Super League when you're actually craving and looking forward to spending your Friday nights in conditions like this. I really have missed it, and it's back. We're 1 week into Super League again. Already some fantastic action from some extraordinary players. And here's a pick of last week with top 5. At 5 this week, Michael Dobson for Hull KR, but the skill comes from this man, Corey Patterson. How about that? Harlem Globetrotters out of the left hand, Dobson touches down. 4th best, Jared Sammut. What a weekend he had. Great awareness to go through the gap, and look at the toes to beat Richie Mathers in the corner. Try 3 from week 1, 1 of 3 for Sam Tomkins, running behind the line. The little dummy, couple of steps, and the touchdown. Textbook Tomkins. Second best, Ryan Hall for Leeds. The game was won, 2 to go. So Hall just has a bit of fun. The step, the power and the pace to go over for Leeds at Headingley. Top try though, another one from the Bradford Bulls. Again, it's that man Jared Sammut. Brilliant pace and power. Just gets the ball away on the ground. The Bulls keep it alive, work it wide. Chev Walker has Michael Platt for this week's top try. So this is where Sean Wayne will earn his money on Friday night as Wigan get set to go toe-to-toe with Warrington. The two standout teams over the last couple of years over the Super League season in terms of consistency over the regular year. It's early days, of course, 1 week into the new season, but both clubs will be desperate to lay down an early marker.
Yeah, pretty commanding win, convincing win. Yeah, we played really well defensively. I thought we were really good, and I think we're going to have to be somewhere like that again to get the victory this week. But obviously they had a few key players out. Sam weren't playing, Lockers weren't playing, and Pat Richards was out as well. So they've had a couple of quality players to come back, a few quality players, sorry. But it'll be a different Wigan side to the friendly. I'm sure they'll be fully pumped up. Home crowd, big crowd as well. It'll be the roar in there, and so I'm sure we can match them and all makings of a good game.
They're a good team, Warrington. We've got some great players as they showed. You know, they beat us a few times last year. They beat us in the friendly a few weeks ago, you know, which I won't take much notice of because I had my 20s out in the second half. But last year in some big games they beat us. They have some great players in the team, very experienced, and a good coach who's done a good job with them. So, you know, it's a different challenge for us this year. For this week, sorry, against Warrington. So we need to be improving in all the areas where we fell short with Salford.
both teams have produced some of the best games of the season against each other, and that's been good to be part of that, and that rivalry's there, and that both teams have been consistent in the regular seasons and over the last couple of seasons, and so the makings are there. It's always good to go to a place like Wigan. It's a great place to play, and we'll have to play well to give ourselves a chance. They've got some very, very dangerous players and some players that we need to pay good attention to, but easier said than done sometimes. But when we put it together, we're capable of performing well over there as well.
Our D was very good, very intense. We went a bit loose in patches, but overall, obviously, nilling a Super League team is very impressive. Our attack, I'm quite impressed with our attack. At times we look really sharp, but again, just not consistent enough. And that's where we need to get better. But overall, 42-0 in our first game, I'm really impressed. I know this weekend's a different challenge for us, but getting the first league win under my belt is very pleasing.
Glad that Cass kept performing all the way through, and they were dangerous, and they outscored us in the second half, and that was keeps us on our toes, and points out that we need to work on some areas. So it probably does do us some favours in some respect.
I like us playing to a certain structure, but I like us playing off the cuff and playing what you see as well. So it's finding that happy medium in your teams, and now I've got two halves what can do that, and it makes me feel good. Tommy Lillewine and Brett Finch were very, very good players, but I've also got two good players that's coming in as well, and they're going to take us forward in the next few years, and I'm very comfortable with them too.
Our fans travel well there and get right behind us. They get up there behind the sticks and they cause a great atmosphere, and Wigan's fans are terrific as well. They really support their team through thick and thin as well. So it's always good fun to go to DW, and we'll look forward to it once again.
These are the games you want to play in as well. These are the kind of games you don't really need to get up for. If you can't get up for these kind of games, then it's something wrong with you. But no, it is one that I think a lot of our lads we always look out for a Wigan game, 'cause it's usually a pretty feisty game out there, and it's usually pretty close, and some big hits in, some great tries. So it's with a bit of luck we can repeat that. So it's nice and dry for us this weekend. A good game of rugby.
Well, let's continue our build-up to Friday night's big one. I don't think I'd be going out on a limb to predict this guy will be one of the key men in the contest. He's the key man in most of the games in Super League, Sam Tomkins. Nice to see you. We're 1 week into Super League. Does it feel like it hasn't been away?
Yeah, it does. It's pre-season and your time off goes pretty quickly. But I think everyone's glad to be back into it. You train through over the Christmas period, and a couple of months seems like you're training all the time and not playing. So once you get back into the start of the season, it's a bit of relief, really. And
you looked a bit rusty. Only a hat trick to start things off. So you want to find a bit of form quite soon, I would have thought.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I think as a team, we probably didn't play that brilliant last week. Salford gave us a tough test for probably 40 minutes, and then we took it away from them. But I think we're going to improve on a lot of things we have done this week during training. And I think the big thing for us, we're looking forward to being back here. There's nothing better than a Friday night game at the DW for us. So we're really excited about it.
And how are you finding your life at the moment? You came through as one of the rising stars, the bright young talents of the game. You've turned into one of the players the world likes to see, but you're also now an ambassador for the British game. You're one of the guys that people want to turn out and see. How are you dealing with that?
I'm enjoying it. Things are pretty good at the moment. I'm enjoying being here at Wigan, and form's not been too bad last year, and as a team, we're looking to improve this year, and as far as being an ambassador, I think everyone's got a bit of responsibility. Certainly this year, it's a massive year for rugby league in this country. With the World Cup at the end of the year is a huge incentive, not only for all the players to play well, but for the league to be successful. There's going to be the spotlight's going to be on us this year.
And you're still young. Are you still maturing as a player, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think anyone's a finished article at 23, so hopefully I've still got my best years to come. Being involved at a club like Wigan, the demand success. I think standards are quite high. So after every game, there's a lot of things to be working on, and I've been doing that last couple of years. I'll be doing it again. And
how are rival fans treating you these days? Because you got a bit of stick from most fans when you broke through. Is that still the same, or is it gone off the boil a little bit?
No, they're all brilliant. They all love me now. They've never got a bad thing to say. No, you get a bit of stick, but I think
you like that, don't you?
Other players do. Yeah, I think a lot of it's just. Rival fans are going to give you a bit of hassle. It's sort of what you sign up to when you become a rugby league player, I think. But
it's a bit of a pat on the back, because if they didn't give you grief, then you wouldn't be a threat, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe so. I think I'm not the only one who gets it, but the Salford fans were pretty good last week. There was some inventive chants. I better not mention on camera, but yeah, things like that. They make you laugh as well.
I can tell you enjoy it now. Talk me through the brilliant promo on Sky when you went away with Bradley Wiggins, big Wigan fan. It looked a lot of fun, that was it?
Yeah, it was. It was excellent. Actually, the plan was originally to do it over here, just up in Standish and Parbold, between where me and Bradley live. But with Bradley's training, it meant he had to be in Mallorca, so unfortunately I had to go over to Mallorca for the day, a bit of sun. Yeah. But it was all right.
Someone had to do it, didn't they?
Yeah,
took one for the team.
Tough job. All the lads were training in the snow, and I just went over for the day. But it was good, to see Bradley and see where he trains. What the training they do is, it's ridiculous. The hills and climbs that they were on. I was only running up and down for 5 minutes, and I was blowing, I'll tell you. I made it look a bit easier in the promo than it actually was, but yeah, it was good fun, and it's been well received as well, the advert. A lot of people from not only the rugby league side of it, but there's other people tweeting me and things, all with positive messages. And my brother was with the Saxons last week, and he was saying all the Saxons boys were watching it and asking about it, so it's good that it's got sort of that wider audience.
He's going to come and, as he does, watch a lot of Wigan games. Are you and any of the boys, I don't know if you got to know Bradley that much, are you going to go and support him at any chance you get at the Velodrome?
Yeah, we will, definitely. Bradley's a big fan of ours, and it's the same the other way. We're all fans of Bradley, certainly from what he did last year for British sports, unbelievable. And I think to have big names like that involved with rugby league is great. Not only being a Wigan fan, but being a rugby league fan more than anything is it's massive for the game. We've got some big names that really like the sport, and it probably highlights the product that we've got. It's a great one that probably needs exploiting a little bit more. Let's
bring it back to rugby league just finally, and you'll hope that this place is buzzing as it normally is on match day when Warrington rock up and take you on. That's going to be some contest, the two most consistent teams of the last couple of years or so.
Yeah, Warrington are a top side. They have been for a few years now, and we've been up there with them. Contests with them are always really close, and as I said earlier on, I can't wait to get back here. I'm sure the Warrington fans will travel well, and this place will be, it'll be really exciting on Friday night.
Another hat-trick?
I'd love to.
We wish you well. We'll be watching, Sam. Thank you very much. That's Sam Tomkins. It should be a cracker, and it should be a really good round of Super League fixtures all in all. All the previews on the Super League website now, and all the reaction after the weekend. We'll be back with Touchline next week.